Check. I done got through about half of that film and didn't even realize. Where we at? Hey, where we at? Hey. All right, let me pull up here. Are we back? Okay. Apologies, Cowboys Nation. Not really sure why that. Okay, yeah, it looks like we are back. So we'll let this thing build a little bit before we get back into the film. Let me just make sure we didn't lose too much of. Let me see here. Boom, boom. I think we're good. Now, if this thing does it again, I think I might know what's happening here. And I'll try it a different way, but it is what it is. All right, let's let it build a little bit. We do have a few callers still on the horn, but I kind of want to finish this film up prior to doing that. We got a whole second half of the show we got to get to. Can't get rid of me that easily. Man. I really truly do wish it was just internet. Oh my gosh, that's the easiest fix ever. Internet ain't no problem. Let's get this thing back up to a respectable level here, and we'll get back into this tape. Now, do y'all remember where I left off? I believe I left off at halftime. The halftime shot. I went and looked at the last stream. We can pick it up from there. And then maybe I'll just go through it a little bit faster than I would have normally. Okay, that's where I left off. All right, we got enough. Let's get right back into it. So as I was saying, see, Dexter Lawrence destroys everything. Dexter Lawrence destroys everything. As I was saying, the end of the half shot. You got the look you wanted, but what happened on the throw? I believe I was talking about how Wink Martindale puts the pressure on you. Now, let me bring this back up, too, because look, man, hey, wait a minute now. There we go. Wink Martindale will put the pressure on you. He's going to give you these looks, and he's going to create that tension up front. And what happened on this particular look is that Tyler Biadasz is looking away from helping on Dexter Lawrence. And what happens? Dex gets one-on-one with Chuma Edoga, and you can't have that. Right? Like you can't have that, especially on the deep shot, because you need to be able to step into the throw. But once again, this is because of the pressure look. This is because of what Wink Martindale does to you at the snap. They're not going to send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. We're going to drop back that guy. And we're going to get a 4-man rush, and that's going to put Tyler Biadasz in a bit of a bind here. And instead of doubling up on Dexter Lawrence, Tyler kind of has to find some work. And the work he finds is over there on Leonard, which, hey, he's good too. But we're talking about our guy, Zach. Now, Zach got a nice little swipe there. So not a terrible decision by Tyler Biadasz, but that leaves one-on-one with Dexter Lawrence. And this is how, quarterbacks' hands get hit on the helmet. This is how, leg injuries happen. So we got to clean up the interior of that pocket a little bit more. Tyron did enough here to get Ojulari to run the hump. This is actually a pretty good pass rush by Ojulari. And we get pressure, kind of give a bit of a sandwich there. So that's why you see the ball not able to kind of get out there where you want it. And that's what happens when you got a guy like Dexter Lawrence. All right. Very next play. Okay, look, we understand Dexter Lawrence is a bit of an issue. Let's put up Tony Pollard at the top of the line of scrimmage here. But Tony Pollard, we're going to try to get a quick hit out to him as he has to delay release. And Dexter Lawrence he's just Dexter Lawrence, man. He got Tyler Biadasz doing a bit of the stinky leg. Zach Martin doesn't get over to help out enough because he's already helping out on this side. But once again, we're talking about Wink Martindale putting that pressure on your protection. And Dexter Lawrence gets another quarterback hit. And that's what he can do. He can wreck your game. Are we still live? I'm trying to figure out we still live. We good to go. He can wreck your game, man. He can wreck your game, and he wrecked that specific series there. Next play, handoff. Another reason why I like what we're seeing from McCarthy. No need to force it. Hand the ball off. Get out of here. Your defense is killing it. So how do you combat that, man? You put some bodies on Dexter Lawrence. You want some bodies to hit the floor. So we're gonna get a double team by by Zach Martin and Tyler Biadasz, and we're gonna get some patience by Terrence Steele, and boom, my guy Jake Ferguson with a nice block. So great play there. Let's see how it happened. A double on the interior. Zach Martin right here seals him off. Check out Terrence Steele getting patient at the second level here, not going too crazy. Good block right here by Jake Ferguson. Now, in years past, this is why I like to talk about the patience of Terrence Steele. Years past, I had conversations with Duke, and I would say, man, Terrence, he's so good, he's so athletic, but he gets to that second level so fast that this guy can just shoot right underneath it, and it just makes the block a little bit more difficult. But just check out the patience by your newly signed right tackle. Gets to the second, takes his time, gets his hands on his guy, seals, and you get a fantastic run by Tony Pollard. So I like what we're seeing from Mike Solari and the teaching that we're getting, that you're seeing, on display from this offensive line. All right. I talked about this play by my dang self on the phone, but just remember, if you guys can go back to earlier in the game on 4th and 3, we got this 2-by-3 look, and we ran that double slant behind it. Now here we go. We're going to get the motion ID, where we're trying to figure out what they're in. So we're going to clear the middle of that field just a little bit, and it looks like we got some man-on-man coverage. And look, earlier you had the slant underneath, the double slant, and you had this window wide open, right? Great disguise. Just really good disguise by Wink Martindale, but a better throw. First, before we do that, though, take a look at the communication. Both of these guys right here are going to be communicating, pointing at him, because Dak Prescott right now, this looks like a pressure look of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, right? We're going to get man on man, 5-on-5. So one of my guys are going to be open. Well, he's telling him, hey, worry about this tight end. That's the hot, right? He's saying, hey, I ain't got to worry about it. Kayvon Thibodeau should be there. Take a look at Kayvon Thibodeau at the snap. It's going to look like he's rushing. So when Dak is reading that, he's reading this linebacker right now, reading this rusher. This should be an easy completion on the back end, because what you want to see on this double slant is you want to see CD Lamb take his time and then, boom, hit it right behind Luke Schoonmaker. Oh, CD Lamb does that. CD Lamb gets open, but Kayvon Thibodeau flies back here and puts himself in that lane. Great disguise. Better throw. Whew. Great disguise, better throw. And this is what Dak Prescott's seeing right now. Take a look at his helmet, where he's looking at the snap. He's trying to figure out what's going on over here. I got what I want. Oh, didn't see him, but the throw was better. Puts it right behind his ear hole for a first down. Great disguise, better throw, good play, move the chains. And this is just power football. Let's let it run. It's just good power football right here from all levels. And your tight ends, Cowboys Nation, they shined. They shined on this one. Let's let this run. Let's let this play out a little bit. One by one, let's take a look at these tight ends. Luke Schoonmaker, right here. He's going to get a nice little pin action, and then he's going to combo that thing right up to 41. Boom! Oh, you can't get any better than that. You can't get any better than that. Check out Peyton Hendershot. Peyton Hendershot is purposefully letting Kayvon Thibodeau go here so we can get the pull. But watch Peyton Hendershot attach, turn, finish. Fantastic block, Peyton Hendershot. All while that's happening, Chuma Edoga, again, I want you guys to think. Think about this being Tyler Smith. Whew. And then Jake Ferguson navigates through the trash, finishes the block. Just power football, man. Power football by the Cowboys, and you just spring Big play. Big play. All right, this is drop number 3, the touchdown that should have been. But again, we're building, right? We're dribbling with the purpose. Earlier, trips to the left, trips to the right. We saw a bunch of different things. We saw the double slant a few times. We also saw the screen. These guys are going to come up with the screen. And we're going to get right here is the fake. You get a fake screen, and we're going to send Peyton Hendershot up the seam. At the snap, fake it, fake it. They don't really buy it, but they buy it enough. They buy it enough to create all of this space in the back end. And Schottenheimer talked about ball placement. In this play specifically, this is a ball placement throw. You got to have it. You just got to have it, Peyton. Everything worked out. You got the space you needed, and this is why you pay your quarterback the money you do. Even when it may not look open, it's open in the NFL. Pump fake. Just great ball placement, man. He catches this here. He falls forward for a touchdown. Got to clean these up. We throw to you here because we trust you. And I believe that's what Shotty talked about. They build that trust. But if you continue to drop passes like that, then, yeah, the trust is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. All right, orbit motion. Here we go. Orbit motion, man coverage. Just a well-executed screen. Take a look at your boy, Zach Martin. Good play by the linebacker finishing this thing here, though. Get a fumble. Shotty also talked about this, about guys finishing even the offensive line. Way to keep your head up and be heady by Tyler Biadasz, who's way downfield, pushing dudes around, falls on the ball, and we still get our first and goal. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we got fullback action. We got fullback action. Hunter Lipke, 2 snaps in this game. Both of them were in I formation or offset I. Fullback action, lead blocking, touchdown. And Hunter Lipke gets in on the celebration a little bit. So apologies for, the choppiness of the film room. But I hope if you go back and you piece these things together, you will get a better idea of what we saw out there on Sunday night. One of the things I want to emphasize is that we dribble with a purpose. I want to continue to use that. And I think I mentioned this on Twitter. There were builds within that game, and then there will be builds from that game that we'll utilize later on in the season, or throughout, I should say, the season. Just if you get a chance to run it back, man, you should be encouraged about what you saw schematically. The execution, you need to clean up some of these things execution-wise. Can't have drop passes. We had a ball sail for a touchdown to CD Lamb. There was also a flag on that play. But little things. Weather played a major factor, I think, in this as well. But think about this for a second. All that rain, all that weather, you were able to go out there and produce the sixth best offense from EPA per play standpoint in that monsoon. Pull up. Apologies, y'all. Everything's shut down, so I'm pulling everything back up. But anyway, man, let's get to the phones as I try to get back on track. Again, my apologies for how this all went down. Stick with me, though. Let's get Mel on the horn. What's good, Mel?
Man, Josh Allen got to chill. Josh Allen got to chill.
If y'all ain't follow me on Twitter, we had a good time last night with that.
Oh man, but no, man, I love the offense, bro. It was really one of my biggest concerns going into the game. And I know you had kind of pointed out, hey, if you're concerned about the offense, you haven't been paying attention, and you partially right about that. I just hadn't seen it with our ones in there versus another one. I was a little concerned about our defense being able to stop the run. It was something we struggled with and something they were good at coming into the game. So it was one of the reasons I wasn't confident going into the game. So Father, forgive me for I have sinned, and please wash all that away. But I couldn't be more happy to be wrong. I love the way we came out and played, man. It was a dominant performance. But on the offensive side, bro, I don't know how anybody could really be discouraged by what they saw, because there was nothing we were trying to do that we were not able to do. There was really nothing out there where it was like, it feels clunky. It looks awkward. It feels out of place. Everything, like you've been hitting on, had a purpose. And no, I'm not stealing nobody's word by using the word purpose. Okay? Everything had a purpose to it. Everything had a rhythm and a tone to it. There was nobody we tried to get the ball to that we just couldn't get the ball to. It wasn't one of those, man, why Amari didn't touch the ball, or why Gallup not touching him? Why CD only got 2 targets? And, man, everybody, when you think about our playmakers, they all were able to touch the ball in a limited situation where the defense was so dominant, and we didn't really, it was no shutout. It was a shutout. It was no pressure on the offense really having to put up a high flying performance. But everything I saw gives me the confidence that if they need to, they will be able to.
I agree. I agree. I don't know how you can come out of that discouraged, man. Again, 6th in EPA per play, 4th in points per possession, 4th in scoring percentage, and when it comes to adjusted completion percentage, the differential, meaning what your completion percentage was that game and the difference between that and the adjusted completion percentage, it was 23% for Dak Prescott. That was number 1 in the league because they led the league in drop passes. So you're talking about going from 54 completion percentage to 77. If they catch simple passes. These weren't difficult catches. You know what I'm saying? These were not difficult. Not catches. At all, man. We're talking about Turpin dropping one that literally he's staring at in his hands. You're talking about the 2 drops from Ferguson and the drop from Peyton Hendershot for the touchdown. So it was an efficient day, even though it may look like it wasn't from a number standpoint. But I wanted to wait for the film to make sure that it matched what I thought I saw during the game, and it did.
Yeah, man. I looking at the tight ends. It's week 1, so I'm keeping temperament. When we missed the first kick, my head blew off. But I'm like, yo, it's week 1. Relax. But looking at the tight ends after week 1, I was like, well, maybe Schoonmaker was the right pick in the second round. But
if we talked about this yesterday, if again this week 1 and the weather as well, but if they continue to drop passes like that, which is uncharacteristic from Jake, then yeah, he's going to be a guy that you start to get in there. But from a blocking standpoint, I don't know if you watched the film, John, we just did. From a blocking standpoint,
I did.
Oh my goodness,
they was on.
Oh my goodness,
they was on.
Yeah,
they was on. Now that you don't get from Schultz. That you don't get from Schultz.
He wasn't your best blocking tight end last year, and your rookie was.
Exactly. The last one was, man, I loved what Mike put on film for other people to have to scout. There was it all just felt very, very intentional, because if you think about, okay, you're up. At this point, I think it might have been 31 to nothing or 33 to nothing. 33. And we're in the end zone, and you do a sweep to Kevontae Turpin. And you think like, okay, well, why not throw the fade, or why not do this, or why not do that? It's just to make you have to think about when Kevontae Turpin's in the game, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be some reverse. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a quick out screen, or it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be something kind of tricky. We can run regular offense with all of this different type of personnel we have, so we're never really giving away what we're actually doing by what personnel we have in the game. Mike, I'm gonna be honest. To me, he was on another level the other night. I know people like, oh, it wasn't 500 yards and it wasn't this and that, but I'm telling you, when the offense is going to need to perform, they will. I'm confident now that they will be able to.
I said on Sunday, and I'll retweet, elite showing by Mike McCarthy in his first go at it, calling plays for Dallas. This ain't 2018. Yes, if you were resting on that, you weren't paying attention in the offseason. This was 100% a top-tier showing from Mike, and it was just a chill one. It wasn't like we pulled everything out the bag here, man. Again, Dak talked about it. Shotty talked about it. Mike talked about it. We're building. We're just building. We're building off all this.
I'm excited, man. We got a good test coming up against the Jets defense. I'm gonna be honest, man. I saw some things the Bills did, and Dak ain't gonna have 5 turnovers and all of just oh God, you know. So everybody, the Jets defense. I'm not worried about that, bro. I'm not worried about that. That's solid. They're a good defense, but we're ready.
It's top 5 defense right there. We'll get into it throughout the week, but you know, again, I just have confidence in this scheme. As long as we stay on track, as long as we ain't, you know, trying to do too much, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. But again, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I think Okoye is going to be on. I'm not sure if we're going to be talking about their defense or ours, but I kind of want to lean into that. So I'll let y'all know.
Man, well, let me jump back into the chat, bro, so I can peep the rest of the film video, and I got to peep the first half too, because I missed that. But man, salute to you, brother. Hey, man, congratulations on the wedding.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah, congratulations on the wedding, man. I've been meaning to tell you that, brother. But I'm gonna jump off, man. God blessings to you, and keep up the good work, my G.
Yes, sir. Salute. It's our guy Mel. All right, we should be back on track. Everything's good to go. Appreciate y'all for jumping back in here. All about 600 of y'all, roughly. Again, apologies for the stream just ending, you know. But we back and we good to go. I'm gonna take a few more calls, maybe one more call actually, and then we're gonna talk about what Dan Quinn said, and then we'll finish off on the horns and in the chat. Cowboy Jack is in the building, y'all. What's good, Cowboy Jack? Take it away.
Howdy there, Skywalker Williams Stilliam. Whoa, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to hear from you. And after a 40-0 victory, I know you fired up.
Good God. Hide your ladies, because Cowboy Jack is here with hot and fresh order of Cowboys. I've got to leave panties soaked and the competition choked. Let me get a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Them boys look damn good out there. They got old Cowboy Jack here ready to run through a wall. And what did I tell you the first time I called in here, Sky? Cowboy Jack said, hand to the blessed Lord Almighty, sweet, beautiful baby Jesus lying in a manger. The world was not ready for what we collectively witnessed on Sunday. Them boys on defense look like rabid dogs, foaming at the mouth and bloodlust in their eyes. Children had to be put to bed early so they wouldn't have night stares of that gang of murder and mercenaries on defense.
Can't tell me this ain't macho.
Respectfully, we were not intimidated, perturbed, disturbed, dismayed, or even abashed by the ball sack, Twink Martindale, and their ragtag band of specialists.
Specialists, Cowboy Jack.
Specialists. We got that grown man, that dog that brings giants to their knees and has no mercy for their suffering. The man, oh man, the MVP. Say it with me, the monster of the week. Me, Micah Parsons. Whoa! Oh, my God. I got my blood pressure rising like I went to Boston Scientific. So Cowboy Jack's got it. Go, King Sky. But while I got you on the phone, next time you get the chance to speak to Sonny, you tell him to pick up my call.
Oh, wow.
The man still owes me $18.58 for scratchers and a pack of menthol Newports. Let's go, Cowboys.
Cowboy Jack, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me talk to you.
Boy, nobody cuts a promo quite like, ooh, yeah. Cowboy Jack, man. I want to get Cowboy Jack and Sonny. Would y'all just bear with me one time? Let me get them on the phone and talk to each other. Cause Sonny for real talk like that. Like he's not trying, like Sonny is just talking. And Cowboy Jack, nobody cuts a promo like Cowboy Jack. In fact, I'm about to pay Cowboy Jack to cut a promo for me. That's what I'm about to do. Just get them two on the horn. I just want to get them to talk. Man. Appreciate you, Cowboy Jack. And you was definitely on the money, man. You said they wasn't ready. You said they wasn't ready for this defense. They wasn't ready for Micah Parsons. They wasn't ready for what Dan Q was about to roll out there. You said that. So yesterday, look, man, the defense was Defense was phenomenal on Sunday. There's so many different areas we could talk about. But Dan Quinn, he went up to the podium. He had his weekly, his weekly defensive coordinator presser. And when he talks, we listen. And so many things he said, but it was what he said about Marquis Bell that stuck out to me. And when he really stuck out, it gave me the aha. It gave me that aha moment. Last year, if you guys remember, we have a whole lot of new people here. Shouts out to y'all. Last year, if you guys remember, we talked about Marquis Bell after he was drafted because of what Dan Quinn said about him. And it kind of raised my antennas. Dan Quinn talked about at rookie minicamp, nonetheless, how when he worked out Marquis Bell to do some linebacker things. And that, for me, I'm always trying to think about what these things could mean. At that time, I said, maybe this could be the Keanu Neal role that Dan Quinn he's just damned to get. He's going to figure it out. Now, eventually that ended up going to the Marvion Overshown the following year, but nonetheless, we're going back. So he had brought that up. He talked about doing some linebacker things, and it made me think of the Keanu Neal role. And then yesterday, he started to talk about Bell. And when he started to talk about Bell, it reminded me that these seeds had been planted last year. And then that reminded me about what he said at rookie minicamp, where, look, what we have planned for you, or what you are capable of in this scheme, it may not be right now. It may not happen for another year or two. But there is a plan. There is a process. And I think you saw it on Sunday, at least, come together for Marquis Bell. So this is what Dan Quinn had to say about his debut for the 2023 season. And just kind of, we're going to take a quick look back of from last year, and it'll all come together full circle.
Marquis Bell, his presence in the second level last night, it was almost instinctual. Was that something he came here with, or have you seen that develop over time?
Yeah, that definitely was part of why we wanted him so much here in the first place.
Colleges are sometimes more versatile or less versatile, or you put guys in different spots, and sometimes you find, okay, what are the best things that he would do in our system? And I try to always be really clear on that when I'm looking at somebody to say, all right, what
that
would
should
he
say
do
May
here?
2022.
And, for instance, that might be a safety that, when I looked at Marquis to say, what would he look like at linebacker? What would he look like down in the box? And so, we sent, coach down to visit with him. He came in on a visit, and I had him meet as a linebacker for that day because I think he has some of those traits because I saw the hitting and the contact. So I try to just always, use my, not imagination, but, make sure the vision is there for the player, because sometimes when a guy gets here, they're not quite sure what the vision is.
Because he has like the length and the size to do that. And when Demo was injured, there was really only one other person that had that kind of speed and striking ability, and that was Keese. And so when Bell gets in there, you feel some of those same type of run and hit factor plays that he can match up and go. And so that's why, for me, there was really no one else I was going to call to make that move other than Marquis, because I had a vision for him coming out of him that he could do the linebacker jobs. And so the fact that he's, just a few weeks in on the job shows what kind of instincts he has. So we're just trying to enhance those good speed and hitting qualities and put him down close into that space to do it. But I was very encouraged by him to get extended play time last night, some big hits, a forced fumble. Those were things that I know is in his DNA, and it was very cool to see those come out.
It really was. It really was. And he planted these seeds last year. That should have said May of 2022, not 2021. But you guys get the point, right? You guys get the point. Marquis Bell, from the very first time they worked him out, they said, hey, look, we understand you're a safety, but we want to see if we can do some linebacker things with you. And as soon as Demo went down, he said he was the first guy I called because that was the plan in general. And we've had these conversations about Bell and J-Ron Kearse last year, and a little bit in the offseason too, about him possibly being that replacement of that kind of J-Ron role. Now, you're never going to replace J-Ron's, I think, leadership. I mean, he's been around the league. He's a fantastic leader, and he still is a tight end stopper. But nonetheless, I do think we've got a handful of dudes now. We went from not having anybody, and I'm going to call it the Keanu Neal role because that was the first guy that was here. Not having a guy to play that role, including Keanu Neal, y'all. Keanu Neal couldn't play the Keanu Neal role here. Then last year, well, will it be Barr? Will it be? They didn't have anybody to really fill. Jabril Cox couldn't do it to fill that role. Now I think we got two. DeMarvion Overshown and Marquis Bell. That role is a quasi linebacker who can do some coverage things and use his athleticism to move around and knife, in the run game. Not going to be a guy that's going to be a thumper. He's going to be a guy you got to keep clean. If you can keep him clean, he's got the athleticism and twitch to be a factor. Just a very, very encouraging opening performance from Marquis Bell in this game. And just once again, another notch on the belt for Dan Quinn, and just goes to show you how he's just so good. He's just so good. I saw somebody in chat say, Dan's thinking 2 years ahead. He was. He had a defined role that he wanted, just didn't quite get it. He didn't have the guy just to do it just yet, because again, this role I do think takes a lot of mental bandwidth. It takes some mental bandwidth, but Marquis Bell, fantastic debut. How do you get all these guys on the field? How do you get all these guys? Donovan Wilson, the big three, right? Dono, Hooker, Bell. Juan Ye deserves to play too. Jaron Kearse, who had a fantastic debut too. Just went from not having safeties we felt fantastic about to having a room full of dudes, man. As a safety guy, couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. All right. Bishop Kane, what's goody?
Man, what's good?
What's happening with you, man?
I already know what he shows. I don't know. I came on there whole late, so I don't know.
You cool. We got like two different streams because it cut off, so you good.
Okay, so but you already know. What they ain't have Rodgers. They ain't have Rodgers. They ain't have Rodgers. That's why y'all won.
Talking about next week.
I was thinking about it last night. Hey man, I don't wish nothing on nobody, but bro, we was gonna dog him too, but we finna do Wilson so bad, bro. You think we did Daniel Jones bad? Oh my goodness.
I was excited.
I'm gonna say Daniel Jones is better than. I'm gonna say Daniel Jones and New York line is better than Wilson and New York Jets line. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a mismatch. It was a mismatch with Aaron Rodgers, so it's 100% a mismatch now.
That's all I want to say. And also, Trey Lance look a little bit more valuable right now, even though he's too young to be just going in the middle of a season and trying to pick up somebody's season. I think he's kind of too young for that type of trade like this, where you trying to really depend on, bro, to take you in the playoffs and all of that. Now I think he ain't ready for that, but I mean he do look more valuable to other people right now.
My guy Jeff Kavanaugh dropped that on Twitter yesterday. I had to comment on that one because that is interesting, right? Like if they come calling for you and you can flip him for like a 3, that'd be some ski mask type stuff, man.
As long as you do something more than what you got him for, then you just burnt the 49ers again. We just burnt them again.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Bishop Kane. Let's keep it moving. Let's get the Jack with all due respect. My guy Jack. What's good?
Hey, Scott.
Yo.
How you doing, man?
I'm better now. Now the stream ain't cutting out.
Yeah. I was listening, and it kept going. Well, it was. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? Now that we got all the pleasantries out the way, with all due damn disrespect, guy, we hit them people everywhere but the bottom of their feet, man.
Yeah.
That was dominance at its finest on defense.
It was.
The pressure from the line was smothering. We were blitzing from everywhere. They didn't even have a chance to throw to Trayvon Diggs side. Every pass that they had, maybe besides 1 or 2, were under 5 yards. the offensive statistics that everybody that didn't look good, bro. We ain't even have 200 yards worth of field to even move on, bro. I don't think it was too many drives where we had to move more than 50 yards.
Oh yeah,
and
that's why context matters. Like you gotta look deeper than the surface, right? Shouts out to Lando, but you gotta look deeper.
You gotta see the big picture. You gotta see the big picture. And see, I can talk so calm right now because Sunday night I called in the VOT show when he sent the raid.
You was lit.
And I got it off. I got it off.
Hey, Jack, you was on one then, yeah.
Oh, you heard me. Oh,
I heard you. Yeah, I tuned into my bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen. I was rubbing my hands like Birdman, man. I went to the garden to go relax, and my energy was so high, and the yak was so good, and the energy around me. I went outside to see if I could hear some hate. There was no hate going on. Couldn't nobody say nothing. And then if it was minute business. Like people were, oh well, it was the Giants. Oh well, they were a playoff team last year.
Yeah.
They were a playoff team last year, and I believe we were the only team that nobody scored a point on this year yet.
Only team.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
And if you look around the league, Jack, at offenses and teams in general after week one, it was just, again, a sloppy week one. And I would not say that it was a sloppy game for the Cowboys. I thought it was a very clean game that had some, had some drops here or there. But from a clean standpoint, especially given that weather, it was one of the more cleaner games from one of the top teams in the league. Not too many. Go look what happened in Philly. Go look what happened in Cincinnati. Go look what happened in Kansas City. Like, that was not a clean game from those teams.
None of those teams. And I was talking to fans this weekend because I was like, it felt different. Like, I looked at all the teams, and just like you said, from an efficiency standpoint, we were 80%. From an efficiency standpoint, you can't get too much higher than that. And every team that was in our division struggled to win. The Commanders struggled against the Cardinals. They practically gave them the game.
Good Lord.
The conference has been locked.
Struggled to score.
Yeah. All right, Jack, appreciate you, dog. We're going to have to play clock game a little bit. We got like 10 people that snuck up there.
Ain't no problem, man. You do your thing, man. Love what you do, man. I'm gone.
Appreciate you, brother. Real quick, we do got a little bit of breaking news. I mean, I don't know how much of breaking news it really is, but it came down. Officially, the Jets have now confirmed that that quarterback Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles yesterday. Season-ending injury. 4 plays into his tenure with the team. I do wonder if this is just a gut punch to him and his career, and he says, you know what, man? Unless they go out there and they sign 3 Pro Bowlers, why would I run back out there? So there it is. Aaron Rodgers will not be in that game, which we knew. We knew that wasn't going to happen for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, we got a bunch of y'all on the horn, so we got to play a little bit of clock game just because there's so many that came back in on the second. And y'all probably were here the first time, but the stream crashed, but we're back up. So let's get into it. 904, what it do?
Hey, what's up, Scott? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good morning.
Hey, man. Being blessed, man. Still trying to recover from this rotator cuff surgery.
Oof.
And I enjoyed every bit of that game. Oh, man, it was brutal. Oh, my goodness. And then, I tore it in 3 different places, man. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, man. So I had to miss the game over there in November because I was supposed to come for the Giants game. Because, they got the little veterans thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coming up that around the Veterans Day weekend. Yeah, I was going to come to the Cowboy game and the Giants game. And I had to cancel that one because of it. And I was like, man, but I enjoyed it when they played the Giants at home. I was like, man, I've never seen that since the 35-0 blowout when Emmett just bust up the middle of 60 yards.
95.
I was like, yeah, back in 95, and that defense was turned up. And right now, I could just see almost glimpses of that team from the '95 team.
You know what? I just thought about something. You said the defense was turned up. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Open up that game 35-0. Dallas opens up 40-0 on the road in New York. The Cowboys signed a guy by the name of, I don't know, Deion Sanders. Happened to wear the number 21. The Cowboys end up signing a guy by the name of, future Hall of Famer, Stephon Gilmore. Happens to wear the number 21.
21. Now, ain't that a coincidence? All this stuff that's coming on now.
Hey, man. Hey, come on, man. It's exciting times.
And then when you're gonna take one game at a time, though, you know we got to do that because, it was offense didn't do too great, but the running game was smooth.
The offense. I loved how it looked. Me personally, just got to execute better. That's all.
And the defense and the special team. Oh my God, the special teams really set the tone.
Bro,
oh my God,
some dogs on special teams. Juan Ye as a special teamer is madness. C.J. Goodwin's a special team leader. Igbenogany scoring the first touchdown of the year. Yeah, man.
And we just got him off a trade.
Yep. This team, from a talent standpoint, the coaching has now matched it, and that's a scary thing. I was talking to, I think, Mel yesterday during the game, and just was talking about just having the coach, right? Like McCarthy's running ship. Dan Quinn is in he's comfortable in his lane. John Fossil is regarded as the best special teams guy in the league. Like, we got the coaching now to match this, and I think something good brewing here, bro.
Yeah, I feel something real good. And I can't wait to play San Francisco in Week 5 because we hold them big time.
We do, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. You take care.
Love
that shirt you got on now.
Yeah. This is from like 2021, the season they dropped this. I love this hoodie. One of my favorite I got.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Okay, man. Take care, man.
Let's get Twan in the building. What's good, Twan?
What's good, fam? Hey, but this is going to be my best New York impression. But word to y'all Giants fans. On God. Y'all. My mama. Word to my mother. My nigga. On God. Yeah. Like, sell the team at this point, bro. Like, belt the ass. We all daddy. Like, y'all really thought Darren Waller was going to do something. Jalen Hyatt was going to do something. Who was going to do that? Man, y'all are fucking trash. The Jets literally replaced y'all in one season as the team in New York. I don't even look at y'all as Giants no more. G-Man, little man. I'm talking about my mama. Dang. Anyway, as for Jets fans, though, I'm not going to – I was mad at the game because and I'm talking about the Giants game. Sorry, not the Jets game. Because, like, as the competitor in me and the former player, I'm like, bro, where was the fight from y'all? Where was the fight from y'all? Like, did that really have to be a primetime game? That should have been an afternoon game. But I digress, though. I digress. Dang, prayers for A-Rod, man, because I really wanted to face him this year, because I hate him, but as a competitor, I've always admired his greatness, and it's just like, damn, fool, like, and now it's like, is retirement a possibility now because it's just like, but that, I don't want to get ahead of myself, man. We still got a team that I think is still really good that we got to prepare for and focus for. I wouldn't say the Jets are a cakewalk necessarily, but
no,
we still got to be locked in. But damn, it's just like I really wanted to see what it'd be like if A-Rod was there. But yeah, that's all I got. Like I said, the Giants, like I said. And y'all have a good day, man. Peace.
Appreciate you, Twan. Twan said my best New York impression. Word to my mother. Yeah, I wanted to see him. I ain't gonna lie to you. We got the Tom Brady monkey off our back. I thought it'd been great to be able to take that momentum and get the Aaron Rodgers monkey off our back, then go into the playoffs if we run or Week 5. We gotta call the Niners a bit of a monkey now, right? Or get into the playoffs and do the same thing. But it is what it is. One game at a time. No matter who's in front of us, they all finna get that treatment. There's only probably I don't got the schedule in front of me. Yeah, actually I do right here. There's only probably 2 or 3 offensive lines on our schedule that combined with the scheme, right, that might give you an extra tick, but there's not many. So going into every game feeling like I don't care who the quarterback is, you better be able to scheme it up and you better be able to block it up or you're in trouble. Got a couple 903s in the building. Let's get the first 903. What it do?
Good morning, man.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right. I just want to ask a couple of questions. What do you think the O-line going to hold up against the Jets?
I have to get into the film room, but I think they'll be fine. Mainly because you got the scheme that's matching with what we do. So yeah, you get Tyler Smith back out there. I think we'll be able to bang with him. It's not gonna be easy. I'm not naive to that.
Right. Okay. If Tyler don't come back, you think Chumba gonna be able to hold up? Because him and Tyler Biadasz, they was looking all right. You know, I ain't gonna say he just had an awesome game against the Giants.
Yeah, I thought Biadasz was your worst offensive lineman in that game, but he had the toughest matchup though. You know, him and Chuma had some tough matchups, but I mean, he held his own. I mean, Dexter Lawrence had he got some pushback on both of those guys. I mean, he got a Quentin Williams coming to town, so they in for another matchup if Chuma's out there.
Okay, I'll take that. Well, I think they'll play. I think they'll beat the Jets. It ain't gonna be easy because Jets they have a D line like ours, and they like some rough guys over there, man. I seen it last night. You know, but you know,
I think the difference with them is they have the back end. They have an elite back end.
Yeah, they have a good back end and corners.
So, hey, appreciate the call, 903.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Salute. Yeah, that'll be the difference, right? You're going up against a pretty good secondary, but throughout that game, if Josh Allen wasn't giving away the damn ball, there was spots in that game where you had some moments. So as long as again we're methodical, we're not reckless. Again, week in, week out, it's us that I'm worried about. I respect the opponent. It's a damn good defense we'll play, but we have to be on our game. We can't give them freebies. I saw somebody say we beat Aaron Rodgers in 2016. I do know that. And we ain't beat him since. That's why I'm saying get the monkey off our back. Aaron Rodgers is like 6-1 against Dallas since 2007 or some 2009 or whatever it is. And this dude is, come on, he was a monkey on our back that I would have loved to beat to get off. So, what was it? Steve Young in the playoffs. Somebody take the monkey off my back. Like Aaron Rodgers was the next guy. He was the next guy to do that. Then we get to the playoffs and get to the championship game. That's another monkey off your back. Like you want to have these litmus test moments that you can use as momentum. And unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be one. But it is what it is. 1 week at a time. Let's get to the second 903. What's goody?
How you doing, Scott? How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yeah. Listen, I'm excited about the team, and because I do have a little bit about the offense. I hope they get it going, and maybe preseason has a little bit to do with it. I hope that's what it is. You know, as far as the real game, maybe they pick up their momentum. But yeah, the defense is very good. And you're the only one I noticed that at least give some recognition to Noah. You know, the guy everybody said traded for a bust. First guy scored a touchdown. Everybody said it was a crazy idea. And they just show how good Dan Quinn put people in positions to win every time. You know, so I'm very excited about this and what's going forward. I think the secondary on defense just as good as the starters. And I know it's not kind of crazy, or almost as good. You know, especially the defensive line. It was looking pretty good in the game. So Dan Quinn did a good job. I just hope they can get some more players on offense like they do on the defense who can back up and actually, you know, good enough and at least almost good enough for the starters. And that's kind of concerned if they're going to go try to do a lot of drafting for offensive linemen next year because they need something to build on.
I think they got a couple guys in the stable. T.J. Bass, Austin Richards. They got a couple guys for sure.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a good game, and I'm excited to see the next game. And hope to just still be just exciting, even though he went to backup quarterback. So it's gonna be interesting, especially with the defense.
Every game is exciting when you got the star on your helmet, man. Every game.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Appreciate
all right,
call,
thank
man.
you, man. That's all I'd say. Congratulations, man. I love you. To me, you do have the best Dallas sports thing on YouTube.
That's heavy.
Law was right, man. The way you pull it up, you better than the mainstream media.
Hey, look, man.
That's my opinion.
Thank you, dog. I appreciate the kind words. I'm gonna continue to keep trying to be better. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm glad y'all like where I'm at. Thank you, man.
Well, at least you a lot better though. You know, you better get in.
And the funny thing is, that ain't much of a bar to cross, is it? Pretty low bar there, if you ask me. But hey, it is what it is.
I know, right? That's the way they looking.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you, Sky.
They make it easy, honestly. You know, when it comes to the actual content, like, but the presentation is pretty dope. But the actual content, and we cleared them on YouTube. We cleared them, in my opinion. All right, here we go. We got 567-510, and then we ending this thing with Marv. What's good, 567?
Will, what's going on, man? I called a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about the difference between Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore a couple weeks ago. And during the game the other night, I tweeted you. I said, put Marquis Bell in your notes. And
then
within the first,
we got him.
And let it. I say maybe the first quarter and a half, like, bro, I could literally like tell a difference. And to be honest, I never thought that he would be that impactful. But the guy is like a heat-seeking missile. Yep. There was one play in particular. The Giants did like a little quarterback sweep to the right. He maneuvered his way through, and he's not a big guy. Like, this is not, a big guy we're talking about. He just knifed through the offensive line and got through the trash, and he stopped Daniel Jones for a loss. I just feel good, man.
Marquis Bell, if you don't put a body on him, he is twitchy enough and he's athletic enough that he's going to make a play. And what it was very much like DeMar Van Overshown. It's like you didn't miss anything week one from not having Demo there, because I feel like that's what Demo was going to look like.
Right, and it's kind of funny to me. If I ain't mistaken, Bell has been there the last 2 years. I've been on practice squad or didn't make the 46 game day roster, but
no, he was on. He was on the team all last year. That was his rookie year last year. He got.
Really? Oh, okay. But again, and I just want to applaud Mike McCarthy for not, getting beside himself and understanding, hey, we are up 14. The offense haven't done nothing. Run the damn ball. I don't care if Dak didn't throw over 15 passes last night.
Are you talking about at the end of the half?
Yeah, I mean just the game flow in general. Just knowing that we were up and there was no need to press the ball down the field.
No.
Run the ball, take time off the clock. That is a winning formula. And I just other notes that I Odigizua. Now I don't know if it's Odigizua or just being on the line with Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and the other guys.
Both.
But man, we got dogs, man.
Yeah.
We got dogs, and I ain't gonna be long. And one of the biggest differences, I think. Yeah, ain't gonna be long. Here for a good time, not a long time, but that Gilmore trade is going to be paramount. That Gilmore trade is going to be paramount.
Yeah.
But nice doing your thing, bro. I call whenever I can, due to a couple of little gems that I see. Look forward to hearing the rest of your show, bro.
My guy. Appreciate you, big dog. All right, let's get to 510. Let's get to 510. What's good, 510?
Hey, man, thanks for taking my call. Dude, you got a great show, man. I give you props, man.
Thank you.
Between you and Laura, and, you're doing good stuff out there.
Thank you, sir.
I was checking out the Bleaker Report, and Micah got a YouTube on the Bleaker Report YouTube, and
I was talking.
I was surprised he was on there.
I was too. Funny thing is, the NFL helped set that thing up, and boy, did they! It is a really nice little setup he got there. I had to reach out to his folks to see, because that if he's going to do that every week, I'm tuning in, because he said some things on there.
Yeah, but you should check it out. But I'm going to say what Micah was afraid to say, or he's not going to say, which is this year is the Dallas Revenge Statement Tour. Now, I've been a fan for a long time, and after what I saw on Sunday, they are about to put the hurt on a lot of teams. Now, I feel sorry for what happened with Aaron, and that he got hurt. But if he didn't get hurt in that game, he was going to get hurt next week. As a matter of fact, we probably would have retired that boy. He was going to be the first, well, besides Daniel, but, we beat up on Daniel on a regular. But Aaron was going to get kicked out. Arizona, we owe them some butt kicking. And now their quarterback is out, and they got Tennessee's quarterback. We're going to put a hurt on him, too. New England already showed what kind of offensive line they got. We're going to put a hurt on them for making us go to OT last time we played them. Then we got the 49ers, which that's going to be the one where there's going to be a lot of bodies on the field on that game.
Yeah.
Because Dallas ain't playing no more. They out there. When you got Diggs actually trying to hurt people, now that's a change that nobody expected to come. Then we got the Chargers. We got to play them hard as well, and teach Kellen. Got to teach Kellen that, what, dude, your plays wasn't making it. This is how we do it. And then, of course, we got Philly and the Giants. We're just going to repeat that. The Panthers, we're going to smack up on the new quarterback over there. And Washington, we owe them. We owe them a beatdown from last year. In Seattle, Gino, dude, you ain't never been good. That's why you got your eye knocked out the first time you was in the NFL. So, in Buffalo, I don't know what the hell's going on with homeboy over there. If he's not throwing picks, he's trying to get his head knocked off.
Nah, that's true.
So we'll be much to oblige him and pick him off and knock his head off. Yeah, now, Miami's going to be a struggle. That dude, he's coming into his own. That's going to be a good game.
I feel you, big dog. I feel you. But one game at a time, man. So much can change.
It's one game at a time, but I'm telling you, this is our year that people are going to stand up and say, we've been talking about Dallas hasn't been there and in 20-something, Well, we got the team with the defense that's going to make people stand up and be afraid. Quarterbacks are going to be afraid to play us.
I feel you.
Because they know that we're coming.
100%, man. But things can change in regards to week to week. That's why once we get to the season, I'm not looking at week 17. I don't give a damn about that because there's a long way to go between there. All you got to do is ask Jets fans. It can change drastically for you. It can change drastically. So we've been on a revenge tour.
It can change, but you know what? Yeah. I'm on the positive note this whole season. Yeah. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate what you do and for the nation. And thanks for taking my call, man. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Appreciate you, big dog. Let's finish this thing off with Marv, Magic City in the building. What's good?
What up, Steve?
What's going on, man? I'm good. How you feeling after the victory?
Oh, man, I love it. I love it. Remember me and you said, one game at a time, like me and you always say. And it's going to be another beatdown come this Sunday, because I'm telling you, I know one thing about Parsons, and everybody on here, he told D-Law,
D-Law?
90?
D-Law.
He told D-Law, he's saying he better than us. He talking about the Jets defense. He do. They say, what? Okay. We're going to show him when they get on this field. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be and they, oh my God. They finna get, 10 sacks.
I do appreciate that the defense kind of takes being the best personal a bit. And here's why, man. Because I think the defense for years mentally, and it's prior to Micah. Let's just be completely honest here. I think Micah has changed all of this, man, and Dan Quinn. But the defense in years past have personally said, hey, we just got to be okay, right? Like, we know we ain't like that. We just got to be okay. And okay is never enough, especially in the playoffs where I gave y'all the turnover stat. The Cowboys have 2 turnovers in the last 8 years, but in the last however many games we've been in the playoffs, 6 or something like that. We've only got like 2 or 3. I think 2. I think 2 turnovers. So I think this defense mentality of saying we not only want to be the best, we want to be the best ever. right? Because that's what Michael Parsons said.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons said, we want to be the Ravens. We want to be the Bucks. We want to be that's what we want to be. And they take that mentality to the field. And now the offense just got to be like, hey, we've been there. We've been the best offense in franchise history. We've been the best offense in the league. We just got to make sure that we are complimenting our guys. And if we are doing that, we got enough dogs on offense side of the ball that it'll not only compliment them, but we'll put up some points too when we need to. So I love the mentality.
And I love the mentality because another thing, like me and you say again, y'all better listen to my boy Steele. The Jets got to play the whole field. This ain't okay. All you networks out there that listening, since y'all don't talk about it, this ain't Allen. Dak Prescott is not Allen. Let's get that. Since y'all want to brag on Allen, 3 interceptions, just throwing dumb, stupid stuff.
Yeah.
They got to play the whole field. The tight end's gonna be okay. Tight ends, y'all gonna be wide open again. That safety can't just lay back there and be like he did against the dumb Buffalo. They got to play the whole field.
Yeah.
So be ready to get hit over the top. You know, they got good corners and all that too. They like us. But our boys take it personal. Our boys goes, okay, they going to think they're going to do this on us. That, a 4-man, and another thing. Since I was never worried about our offensive line. You know, and still, you notice, we always had problems up the middle with that stupid Kellen Moore offense. But you see, even though when the Giants got through the middle real quick, the ball was already out. That's the difference.
Sure.
They can't get there.
Yeah.
And now, once you put number 73 back in the middle, 71 did good.
Hey, starting offensive line is one of the best in the league, Marv. One of the best in the league. There's no doubt about it to me.
You're not getting up the middle. A 4-man rush is not getting the pass rush no more, like used to be in back. No, that's over with. It's over. So Dak Prescott, he could eat a pizza, call me and steal on the phone and throw it back.
But he didn't have to do that. You know, he got the ball out faster than he's ever got the ball out. So, yeah, man, it's just complimentary football. And complimentary football doesn't necessarily mean offense, defense, special teams. It can mean complimentary football coming from your coaches to your players. You got to compliment them too.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing I want to say,
in closing, brother.
Cowboy listening. Okay, we love Buzz Cowboy. He was kind of disappointed on the offense. You know, he got his, he is trying to keep it real. But let everybody know they didn't call that many plays. He was saving. That's why you didn't see 42. And if y'all don't hear the hint, he really didn't want to show everybody. He didn't want to show the Jets what they got for him this week. So in closing, how about the Cowboys? Hit them lights for Steele. And there's another beatdown this week, New York. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. New York. Salute. Yeah, look, I'm not going to get on anybody for I don't know what Boss's opinions were on it. But if you're discouraged, I might say, hey, I think I can make you encouraged. But if you say I need more from the offense, I mean it was a monsoon. You didn't have the cleanest. I thought it was clean. I mean, I say that. I thought it was a clean game. You had drops. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. Let's just be real. You catch the ball. I think things change differently. Both of your running backs had over 4 yards per carry. Your offense didn't have to be some spectacular offense. I just urge you to just rewatch. I think you'll come away from this game actually more encouraged than discouraged, especially given how things might have operated in the past. A couple years ago, and context matters. I get that you weren't ahead, but in 2019, in that torrential downpour in New England against a good defense, by the way, the Cowboys threw the ball something like 35 times. We threw the ball more than we ran in that game. 2019. And it didn't seem like there was a weather playing, rain playing, what have you. Maybe there was. I don't know. I'm not in that room. So maybe there was. But after this game, it was clear these guys said, hey, we knew what we were getting into with this rain. We don't need to go out here and try to air this thing out. We just did the film breakdown. Man, it was a lot. There was a lot to like from a build standpoint. There was a lot to like from a potential counter standpoint. These things are putting on film to counter off of it and build off of it. I thought the offensive line, you saw more power in their play. The play calling was smooth to me. The decision making was precise. There wasn't too much thinking. And if you don't like just film and you want to break it down to, analytics and numbers and things like that, 6th in EPA per play, 4th in scoring percentage, 4th in points per drive. Your running backs average over 4 yards per carry. The quarterback took care of the ball. After further review, you should 100% be encouraged with what you saw. And yesterday we kind of came up with the term, it was perfect because it was imperfect. It was a perfect display because of the imperfections that you can go into the film room and say, I saw something here. We can build off of that. Or I got to catch this here, but if I catch it, that's easy to clean up. Just catch the damn ball, right? So when you come out of a 40-0 victory with little things to deal with, okay, they ain't gonna talk about us but for one day. The story will move on. I already seen it. I told y'all yesterday I was being phony, right? I said, I'm going to go watch these networks. I purposely went and watch these networks. I'm not going to give them no love, but I just think it's so funny, man, that in a game like that, on a platform that some of these people have, and I get it, Sky, don't get too into it. We're reverting back to, oh, well, they haven't won in 28 years. Oh, well, what happened last year in the playoffs? Oh, well, what happened 2 years ago? What's the playoff record? McCarthy hasn't done since. Why do we keep deflecting from what happened Sunday and then talking about, moving forward? They don't want to do that because it's easy, it's fun, it's catchphrasey, it's lazy, honestly. They don't want to do that. And I just caught myself saying, you know what? I was trying to have a little fun peeping some of these networks. That's it. One time only. You won't catch me doing that after wins no more because the conversation doesn't change. It does not change. We're not talking football here, which sad. It's sad because you have real football people on these networks, and shouts out to Ryan because Ryan tries to talk football, Ryan Clark. But hey, man, it is what it is. That's why we stay here, and that's why you guys got to keep it locked here on the YouTube community because we're going to talk ball. We're going to talk ball. On the way out, we do got some. That ain't the button I was trying to press.
Super chat.
We do got some super chat. Where we at here? J.R. Gower. Shouts out to J.R. for the super chat. He says, get our 4th back and trade Cooper. Now, I'll give you that. Hey, we were talking about Trey Lance, right? Getting like a 3rd back for Trey Lance. Cooper will be interesting too, but I think I'm gonna stand pat unless I can. If I can get a 3rd for Trey or Cooper, yeah, I do it. Aaron E. He just dropped a super chat just to support. Appreciate you, Aaron E.
Super chat.
Aaron dropped 5 and said, besides the PS call up from Brock, I think every active player got to play. How huge is that for this young team? That's pretty cool, man. When you get into a blowout like this, I would love to get all these young guys some experience. That's really cool.
Super chat.
Brother L says, Sky ain't slick. He just playing the algorithm game. # Studio 2024. Contract renegotiations. Josh Allen gotta chill. Say it again. Quick hips. You just had to be there for the quick hips. You also had to be there on Twitter for the Josh Allen gotta chill. That was pretty fun last night. I just kept it going because he kept it going. But follow me on Twitter if you want. I ain't really begging for no followers on Twitter. I just talk football. Ask Skywalker still on Twitter. Oh, I talk wrestling on there too. So
super chat.
Spot can save me. Drop 5 and said, have you seen the number of reps the defensive players played versus New York, specifically the D-line? They will be fresh on Sunday. Yeah, that's one of the things that Dan Quinn talked about from the first time he got here. One of his very first pressers after a game, or might have been before. In 2021, he said the number. He said, hey, 35 plays that's the max that we're trying to get out of these guys. So we're trying to rotate these guys to keep them fresh. And they did a fantastic job at that. Was Dorrance Armstrong. Dorrance Armstrong went crazy. He only had 16 pass rush snaps, 2 sacks, a bunch of pressures. Like that, if we can get that from DA, hey, I don't need you to be rushing 30 times a game. We're going to rush you about 12 to 15 times a game and give us 110 every time. Sam Williams, give us 110. Osa, except everybody, said Mike. Micah the only one you keep out there a whole lot. Everybody else, we rotating because we got the bodies to do it. I knew Brother L was going to do that. Brother L did drop another one and said,
Super chat.
You said the buzzword wrestling. So, I know, man. I'm supposed to do this wrestling podcast. I got to find the time. I done promised something. I done wrote a check my ass can cash, huh? I got y'all. Because I do got some things to say about what's happening. But I don't want it to be forced. I need it to come natural. You know what I'm saying? I need it to come natural. I think that's it. One more refresh. Indeed, man. All right. Good stuff today. Again, apologies for the stream cutting out, but y'all jump back in here. We got that thing right back up to about 700. Y'all the best. Y'all the best.
Bomb Squad!
Y'all the best, man. Tomorrow, I'm going to reach out later today to Okoye. We should be having Okoye Wednesdays, barring anything from life keeping us from doing so. And that is always a treat. So we'll be talking about this Jets matchup. Then Thursday, we have our state of the union. This ain't the off season. Scientific method. We have the scientific method with Patrick Nosey Walker. He'll give us his take on what he saw out there, boots on the ground in New York in that rain, and what's happening throughout the week down there at the Star. And then Friday, we might, again, I'm waiting until we figure it all out, but Friday we might be introducing another new segment to the show. So we are, again, my goal every year is to make this thing better. And that's what we're going to continue to try to do. That's what we're going to try to do. With that said,
push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Gotta push the button. There is an update, but we gotta secure it for Friday. We working. That's all I'm saying. We working. So I gotta make sure we can get it in, L. If we get this put together, you guys will enjoy Friday's segment with our special guest. And it could be weekly. We out of here. Love y'all. Peace.